Rival Stars fans, hello, welcome, YouTube. What's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Today we're going to get into breeding. Plan on this being a tutorial. It'll probably be split into several parts if it's on TikTok or somewhere else. If it's on YouTube, it'll most likely be a full video. So, anyways, we're going to start off here, with our 6-star mare Snow Ember. We look at her grades. She's a B for speed, a D for sprint energy, an A plus for acceleration, and a B for agility with C in jumping. She's not the strongest of my 6-star horses, so I'm probably not using her to begin with. I will be using the stallion on the right, Squeamish Armies. Really interesting name for a horse. Not statistically that great, but I have the gold, and it's a 7-star horse, and I need a 7-star foal. So, Snow Ember most likely not using. She has bird catcher spots for her genes. I'm not really into the genes as of yet. I'll probably work on that. Work on getting more familiar with that over time, but it doesn't appeal to me. I maybe want to get more into breeding. That'll obviously become a more enjoyable aspect of the game for me. She runs 2,400 meters, soft track surface, and she likes to run in the front. Again, won't be using her, but just kind of an example of the new breeding mechanics and layout here. I have yet to actually do it under these new updates, but not that much has changed in my opinion. It's just some new features that I'm more familiar with now than previously, I guess I should say. So yeah, let's look at our next 6-star mare coming up, which should be Faint Ember. And I was just making sure the recording didn't freeze or anything. So Faint Ember, 6-star mare as well. You look at her, she's a little bit better. She's B for speed, A for sprint energy, A plus for her acceleration, A plus for her agility, and her jumping ability is still at C. She has that nice high sock on her right front leg. I think that's beautiful. Genes wise, I don't think there's anything from her. They'll let me know. She runs a little bit further at 2,800 meters. She likes a medium track surface, and she likes to run in the middle. So not too much going on there, but she's definitely better statistically than Snow Ember, the last mare I showed you guys. So I plan on using her. But I should say last and not least, Echo Equation, and she actually appears better than the previous two. She has a B for speed, and then she has A for everything else. So she actually seems much more balanced across the board. So if I want a horse that can do virtually everything, I should go with Echo Equation. But I'm not sure. Birdcatcher spots are unlocked for her. She also likes to run in the middle of the pack. She runs pretty much the same distance, a little bit shorter, but she likes a very hard track surface. So, do we do Faint Ember here with A plus acceleration and A plus agility, or do we stick to Echo Equation, who is balanced across the board? The thing is, I really want like a thoroughbred. I'm not going for like a cross-country horse. So with Faint Ember, we should get acceleration and sprint bonus if I use this mare to the left. However, if I use Echo Equation, I guess we'll get the same thing. Personally, I would rather use Faint Ember. I'm curious how a horse would turn out from her. Apologize for that. This will take 8 hours. Obviously, I'll have to come back to you guys once it's done. But I think we'll go ahead and do this. So we should get a 7-star horse, hopefully 57% chance. That'll be my first 7-star horse in this game. I am years behind. It's really quite lame, but that's my own fault. All right. Yes, we'll breed Faint Ember with Squeamish Armies. And successful. Awesome. All right. So there she is, our mare, Faint Ember. She is foaling. It'll be 8 hours in real time. Obviously, you guys will probably see that update a couple days or whatever. But yeah, she's 57% chance 7-star horse. Hopefully. Now, could I skip? I could. But because we're here, screw it. I'm just gonna skip now. The foal is here. The foal is born. 8 hours have passed. Look at that guy. Beautiful. Beautiful colt. Now he's D across the board. I don't know if that's good or bad. Obviously, it's bad at appearance-wise, but I needed a 7-star horse, period. So I'm actually going to stick with this. Yeah, the stats are not great, but we'll work through it. I'm fine with that because I needed a 7-star horse. So we'll go ahead and care for this guy. What's the parent's name? We had Faint Ember and Squeamish Armies. What about Ember Army? I think that name could actually work. Ember Army or Army Ember. I'll do Ember Army. Yep. All right, Ember Army. There he is. 7-star Colt. My first one in this game. Look at that. Looks a lot like his father for sure, but he does share that he actually inherited a high sock from his mother just on his back leg. Hired caretaker. Am I in a position to do that? Not at the level I really wanted to. I can get Jose. At least we'll get 8+ for sure. Oh, man, what a beautiful guy. Let's do a family photo, can we? Or maybe just a, yeah. Family photos. I love this. I do really, really like this feature of Rival Stars. So, obviously, you can see that depending on the parents you use and their coats, their jeans, etc., you see how the horse turns out. In fact, I want to get a better shot. Squeamish Armies is like in the shadows. We need like a, okay, I was saying we need like a better backdrop. So as you can see here, let me get rid of all this stuff. Okay. His name is still there. I wish that would go away, but that's fine. So if you look at Ember Army, our newest little colt, as you can see, pattern-wise, he looks more like his father, but he shares the same head markings as his mother on the front, at least. He shares pretty much the same head marking. It's a little bit harder to see from these angles. Wish you could, like, rotate your horses, you know what I mean? Like, you could click on them and then rotate them, but it's okay. He does inherit... Does his father have high socks? I can't tell if it's just a part of the father's genes or if those are actual high socks. Either way, I feel like he inherited his mother's right front high sock, except now our colt has it on his back or his rear right leg. So it just seemed like it moved from the front leg to the back leg, which is totally cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. Cannot wait to see what he'll be like once he actually matures. But yeah, there you go. Our newest colt. And I'll go ahead and save that. Awesome. So obviously it'll be some time before he's ready, but we have a new foal on the way. Ember Army, 7 stars, my first 7-star horse. And yeah, can I actually see his stats in a little bit more detail? Not really. Max potential, he'll be 155 across the board. Okay. Actually, can I click on the mother and see what her genes say? Because that could give me a little bit better, a better idea on what we could possibly have. So, looking at her coat, she has the base color and dilution. Okay, all this stuff is hidden. All right, well, maybe that's something I'll do for another time. But guys, breeding is really that simple in this game. It's not complicated. Like, you pick horses based off of the stats and maybe the colors you want. Like, obviously, if we were to come back here, let's say I wanted to do another breeding session with Squeamish Armies again. Of course, I don't have the money for this, but I will probably do another breeding session next time out. What if I wanted to breed him with this mare instead, Snow Ember? You see her stats: B speed, D sprint energy, A acceleration. We went through these earlier. We would still have a 57% chance of getting another 7-star horse. And obviously, based off of her genes and her coat, we can assume the foal, whether it's a filly or a colt, would obviously inherit some of these things from Snow Ember and would possibly look more like her. I do think breeding these two horses together based off of their coats would be really interesting. Maybe we could get like a really cool gene or something that we have not had in any of our horses, but I'll still have to work through that. So that's going to do it for this small tutorial there on breeding. And again, the main thing is you guys want to make sure that whatever your goals are, that's what you're breeding for. Obviously, I wanted a 7-star horse, hence why I ended up using the 7-star stallion. Now, had I used a 5 or a 6-star stallion there, we wouldn't have had a 7-star horse. So always keep that in mind. But yeah, he looks absolutely awesome. What an adorable fella. Beautiful mother right there. Like you can see, his same head marking. Yeah, he actually has it looked like he has 2 medium-sized socks as well. So he came out looking really, really cool. And again, I cannot wait till he matures and I can get his racing tack on him. And who knows, he could become the next live event champion for us in PvP against other live players in the world. That's kind of going to be my focus going forward. So hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. I'll do more videos similar to this. Not anything super complicated. I want to keep them basic and kind of simple for a reason. I think that appeals to more of the general fan base. I mean, it works for me. So hopefully you guys found this useful. And let me know what you think of our newest cult and anything else you'd like to see or comment on in regards to Rival Stars. Feel free to let me know. But hopefully you all have a great day. I'll see you.